What's going on, guys? I'm Andrew, and this is Movie Source. Today we're going to be talking about Thor: Love and Thunder. This is going to be our non-spoiler review. We will be doing a spoiler talk. Again, sorry we have not been uploading videos. A lot's been going on. Can't really get into the details, but anyways, so Thor: Love and Thunder. First, I want to give a shout out to Javi Kawai and also to Achara Kirk for inviting me to the screener tonight. Appreciate it. You guys are amazing and the best. Thank you so much. Check out their channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to them. It'll be in the description below. Now, Thor: Love and Thunder is directed again by Taika Waititi, who also voices Korg. Taika Waititi, as all you may know, as we saw in Thor Ragnarok, he's got a very interesting style that he likes to instill in his films. I have not seen his other films. I've only really seen Thor Ragnarok. I think the other one was We Are in the Shadows, or something like the vampire film. But he's got a very unique style and a very unique sense of filmmaking that I deeply appreciate. And I really like his the way he blends comedy, action, horror, suspense. And I think he does really hit another home run with this film. It's very similar in terms of the tone with that of Thor Ragnarok. There's, again, the blend I just mentioned, but a lot of comedy. But when the film does get serious, it really hits you in your heartstrings, and there's a lot of emotion in this film. Of course, we do get the return of Natalie Portman as Jane Foster. If you've watched the trailers, you kind of know what happens with her character in terms of who she turns into from the comics, but I'm still not going to get into it. Anyways, I will say of the three films that she is in, and with the Thor trilogy, or with the four Thor films, she was not in Thor Ragnarok. But this is my favorite performance of her character. I really feel her character gets a full arc in this film, whereas in the first two films, she was there to be in a relationship with Thor, but there's more to it in this film than that. And, again, I really appreciated the character interactions and really just felt so invested that much more this time with her and with Thor, and the way they interact with each other just really, really worked when in flow of the plot, and just really got me invested, and it just really was a very big emotional chord to the weight of this film. Getting now into Christian Bale, I think he gives one of the best MCU villains that we've ever seen. Yeah, there's Thanos, there's the Mandarin from Shang-Chi, and I would probably also put Vulture from Spider-Man Homecoming, and in Black Panther, Michael B. Jordan's Eric Killmonger. There's some really good MCU villains, and I would put Christian Bale's Gorr, the God Butcher, right at the top of that list as well. Not only does Christian Bale just give a very menacing, haunting, creepy performance, but he gives his character is you really feel very sympathetic towards this character, and I just really appreciated just the way the character was portrayed. And you don't agree with what this character is doing, but you really understand why he's doing what he's doing, and what is, again, his motivations just are very clear, and you relate to them, even though you don't agree with what he's doing. You just, as a human being, you relate to why he's doing and why he's feeling the way he's feeling. If you know the comic books, you probably know what the storyline is in this film. But it's just he gave a really, again, very intense, amazing performance. And really what I liked about his character, when he's very similar to Hela in Thor Ragnarok, when he's fighting Thor, you really feel the threat level. Like, you truly feel like Thor could die at any moment, through the battles in context of the film, and what's explained throughout the plot of his power level and all that. And just, again, the suspense of those fights and the choreography really done well. And again, I really encapsulated by this character. And again, fantastic performance from Christian Bale. He was fantastic, and just really encapsulates the screen with his amazing performance. So really good job by Christian Bale. Tessa Thompson, again, she's fantastic as Valkyrie. Just really like the expansion of her character. And I really like how they go really deep into the politics of how she runs the new Asgard. It's really interesting, actually. And, of course, she kicks ass in all the action sequences. Just a really nice performance, again, by her. Chris Hemsworth, this dude is... I know we always say this guy is beyond jacked in all these films. He's really jacked, and what's interesting too is it's very similar to Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. You can really tell in all the shots in this film, he clearly was, working out like right before, up until the point of where they said action. You can clearly tell that he was working on getting that last pump in, so that you could see his veins just popping out of his muscles. But he's in phenomenal shape, and I really love the character arc that Thor goes through in this film. It's just, you really feel by the end of the film like he's truly, gone through a full arc and really changed as a character. And it's a really earned arc too. That's has a lot of emotional weight in it. And I just really again enjoyed not only Chris Hemsworth always has an amazing performance, even in Thor: The Dark World film. I don't care for and think is really boring, but he still always brings his A game no matter how good or bad the script is. And fortunately for Chris Hemsworth, the script is fantastic in this film, in my opinion, and he gives a fantastic performance. And I love, again, the interpretation that Taika Waititi and the other screenwriters were going for in this film, and just really worked for me. And again, a lot of emotional weight in this film, and the character interactions really work. Again, I really love the way the comedy and action and drama and even some of the horror elements are really balanced in this film. Yeah, there's a slight bit more on the comedy edge, but again, when the film does get more serious, it really pulls at your emotional tugstrings, and just really pulls you in. And I really appreciated that in this film, and I just found myself deeply more invested in these characters than I've ever felt. And yeah, I will say too, this film it's paced very well, and it felt like after it started, like it was already over. It's an hour and 49 minutes. I believe it's the fastest MCU film, or the shortest MCU film rather, at an hour and 49 minutes. So there are two a mid-credits and a post-credit scene, so you don't need me to tell you that, but just letting you know anyways. So definitely stick around for those. Again, we will be talking about those a little bit in the spoiler talk with Jason and I when we get around to that. But yeah, this film was very well directed. It was paced very well. The story was very interesting. The character interactions and the emotional way of the film really pull you in and get you invested. The character arcs really work. It gives us one of the best MCU villains, in my opinion, that we've seen so far in the MCU. And all the actors are just fantastic in it. The action is amazing, and also too, a lot of the visuals. There's a lot of interesting choices done, and there's one scene in particular when they go to a certain world. The visual style and the noir style that they go with, which you'll know exactly what I'm talking about when you get to that scene. Very interesting style of filmmaking, and I love the way it was shot. And yeah. I highly recommend that you're going to see it, but I already think whether I recommend it or not, you're going to see it anyways. But yeah, definitely let us know in the comments section, what are you looking forward to in this film? And if you have already seen it, let us know without spoiling, because this is a non-spoiler video. Let us know in the comments what you thought of this film, and how would you rank it amongst the other 3 Thor films, or even in the MCU as a whole. If you want to give us your full rankings of the MCU or your Thor rankings, we'd love to hear about it in the comments. Definitely hit the subscribe button if you feel we earned it, and also hit that like button. It really does help us out in the algorithm, and we'd really appreciate it. Share the video as well. We'd appreciate that as well. And definitely be on this lookout for our spoiler talk.